Hey, welcome back. So today I'm in my town I grew up in of Mill Valley, California, and I'm gonna show you Old Mill Park, and I'm gonna show you this really awesome waterfall called Cascade Falls. So let's go check out what I can show you. So this park here, as you can see, has these redwood trees. And this is a grove in the center of the park. And there's a creek over here on the side. Now, when I was a little kid, I'd come here and play in this creek bed. So let me show you another grove. This is an awesome little grove. There's a playground here. But look at this, these benches here, and there's a lot of people have barbecues here. This is called the Redwood Grove. But this has always been a pretty spectacular park. And these tables are really nice, huh? Made out of huge pieces of wood. And they, looks like that barbecue fell down. And there's more of these burled pieces of wood here. Redwood. And there's a swing set here for the kiddies. So the story of this park is it was a lumber mill, and that's why it's called Old Mill Park. And this mill you're looking at there, which I'll go closer to, was a working mill and built in the 1830s. So this is named after John Reed, and the wood mill was one of the first ones in Northern California, and it was constructed in 1830. And there's the mill there. So they would have had an old water wheel there and dam the river to control the flow. You look at the size of the wood they used, big thick beams. I'll try to insert some photographs of the mill in the video. Look at that, there's a little fern growing on the roof. That's pretty neat. Take a look. So yeah, this was built in the 1830s. And this is Old Mill Park in Mill Valley. Look at this redwood tree right next to us. I'm gonna go look at this polished bench over here. Quite nice. Big wave bench. Pretty cool if you're a surfer, huh? They carved it like an ocean wave. That's pretty awesome. I'm gonna just walk over on the other side and show you a little bit over there. Another dedicated bench there. There's a neat little bridge that crosses the creek. And I'm going to show you something that is pretty neat. They got this little roundabout here. But up this hill, where I'm pointing, is the Dipsy stairs. And they hold a big race here once a year. And people run up here and race to Stinson Beach. And it's, I'm going to just show you the stairs. So this is the Dipsy stairs. And you'd run all the way up those. It's pretty intense. I got this mass sign. Now, funny story, when I was a kid, I had a paper route here. And the only way they can get people or kids to do the paper route was to give them a ride in the van that delivered the papers to the kids to the top of the route. Occasionally, they would, the van would break down or something, but I still had to do my route. And a few times as a kid, I'd probably be 10 or 11. I had to carry my bicycle up these stairs all the way to go to the top of the route because the stack of newspapers was, they leave it up there. So it wasn't easy because this is just one flight. There's another flight and another flight and another flight. So I think there's 5 flights of stairs before it turns into a trail. But can you imagine running up these all the way? Or carrying a bicycle when you're a little kid? Not so fun. I'll walk up a little bit of these, but I'm still having a problem with my foot. But I just wanted to give you an idea what it's like. And you can hear me, I'm out of breath because I'm COVID bound. Not getting a lot of exercise in these days. But that's an example of the Dipsy stairs. So there's, you know, the town of Mill Valley is at the foot of Mount Tamalpais. So there's lots of trails like this and stairs. Another cool thing I thought was neat when I was a kid is some of these houses are built on the side of the mountain. I'm just going to pan around and show you in a minute. For example, you see that house up there? Well, if you had a carload of groceries, these houses would carload of groceries. These houses had these what lifts. They were like cars on train tracks that were controlled by electric motor with a cable, and they would pull you and your things to the top of your house, to your porch, front door. And then when I was a little kid, I always wanted a house like that. I thought that would be super cool to have. Here's the other half of the park in the Redwood forest. I'll walk down a little farther so you can take a look. And they have this art festival, Mill Valley Art Festival here, once a year, which is kind of famous. In this area here, in the other park that I first showed you. And they have puppet shows and people displaying their crafts. And I used to love coming here when I was a kid for that. See what this sign here says. This talks about life in our watershed. It talks about the Mill Valley watershed and the fish and the birds and the raccoons and salamanders. Another redwood grove. You don't always have to go to Muir Woods to find beautiful redwood trees. In this area, they're all over. You see the trees swaying? I'm out here today, I'm filming because we're about to have a good sized storm hit us tomorrow. We're supposed to get about 3 inches of rain in about 12 hours, so for us it's a lot. But they have a stage here, as you can see, where the amphitheater, where they'd put on some of the things for the art festival. And that's the public library up there. So, This is Mill Valley Old Mill Park. I always say this when I'm filming these trees, how fresh the air is, but man, it's, if you could can this air and sell it, you'd probably be a millionaire. It's so, it just smells very fresh and clean. Alright, so that's Old Mill Park, and let's go on to Cascade Falls. Hey, so this is a little path that leads up to Cascade Falls. Then I'm going to show you. It's really neat, so let's go to check out Cascade Falls. Alright. Interesting, you see this fence here? This was never here before. It says private property. I don't know about that. There used to be a path we'd walk through all the time. Right here. But anyway, let's keep going. So this road is Cascade. Cascade Drive. Some of these houses out here are just amazing. For those of you who don't know, Mill Valley is one of the most expensive towns there is in California, if not the country. The median income here is 102% above average. So that house there probably sells for close to $2 million, I would say. All right, here's where the path starts. Certainly picked a nice day to come do this. So when I was a kid, we used to come up here and bring like a little sandwich from a deli and sit and watch the waterfall that I'm gonna show you. It was just kind of a nice little peaceful experience in the woods, and it's not too hard to get to. That's the beauty of Mill Valley, is if you can afford to live here, is you have redwoods, you have the mountain, the ocean is over the mountain, and you can get to San Francisco in about a half an hour. So it's definitely a beautiful town, and when I was younger I wanted to live here, but now I'm not sure if I would, because it's so crowded now. When I was a kid, it was the 1970s here, and the downtown had a bus station, which they do, but it's not what it used to be, a roundabout bus station, and it was a dirt road, and it was more of a kind of a hippie town almost. But this town's word got around, and now is full of people that could only afford to live here. So even if I hit the lottery, I don't know if I'd live here, because it's on the weekends it's just crowded, and there's traffic to get in here is hard. So here's another cool section I'm going to show you. Check this out. Got these really cool rocks. And this is a swimming hole, as you can imagine. In the summer, come up here and swim. And when I was a teenager, I had a dog, a husky, and we were hiking, and he was super hot. And I remember we were standing down there, and we threw him into the water. He didn't want, huskies don't really like water, but we knew he'd love the water afterwards. And he loved being cooled off. But you see the rocks, how they're smoothed out, and there's like the round carvings. You think how many years that's taken to get that way? You know, to have the rocks like that. But as you can see, they're kind of deep, those pools. They're, I don't know, that one there is probably 5 feet deep, and the other one. But this would be a place that pretty much only the locals would know about. It's a great little swimming hole in the summer. And in the winter, it's just beautiful to look at. Huh. And someone put a rope swing up here. If I wasn't alone, I would jump on that thing, but I don't know if I could get off of it once I'm on it. I'm not a spring chicken anymore. But that's cool. A rope swing. Funny story, I rode a rope swing like this when I was a kid, and it was in a big canyon, and it swang over poison oak, and at the peak of my swing it broke, and I fell directly in poison oak. And for the next 2 weeks, as you can imagine, we're miserable. Poison oak, for those of you who don't know, makes you itch like crazy. Look at these ferns up here. And poison oak grows all over Northern California. If I see any, I'll show you, but typically in the winter it's not so active. But I can show you so you know what to look for, to stay away from. Because even if you just rub against it, you're pretty much guaranteed to get it. So this little trail goes under these people's porch or driveway to get to their house, which I always thought was kind of neat. You got a little bridge. Pretty cool, huh? There's places like this all over Mill Valley. There's a little zombie cylinder or skull. Kind of neat. You know, a lot of the people that do graffiti have a lot of talent. I know people get pissed off at them, but some of them end up making a career out of it. Spray painting. So the rumor has it today that our governor is going to open up San Francisco because our COVID cases are going down. So I hope that's the truth. Here's another bridge. And we're almost to the path that goes directly to Cascade Falls. Sorry about all the wind noise, but not much I can do about that. They said it's going to be very windy today. And I want to get out and shoot some videos because, as I said before, we're in for about a week of rain. But here's a sign for Cascade Falls. Alright, so this is the path leading up to Cascade Falls, which is a dead end. You can go up around it, but it's a really steep hike around the falls. So this, if you want to come here, you take Cascade Drive to the end in Mill Valley, and you'll eventually see the sign. Look at that rock with the ferns all over it. Another little bridge coming up. I can't wait for the day where we don't have to think about a mask. That's why my voice is a little bit muffled. Another bridge. There's a little bench you can sit on. A critical fire area sign. And here we are. It's not that impressive right now because we have not had a lot of rain. If I came here after Wednesday, because we're supposed to get 3 inches of rain, it'd probably be very impressive. But this is Cascade Falls. People have been coming here for a long time as bench. People carve their names into and declare their love for each other. So this is Cascade Falls. I'll give you a spin around of the whole thing. certainly peaceful. I'll just set the camera down a minute on a tripod and you can watch it for a little bit and listen. I'll be quiet. So when we walk down here a little bit, get a little closer look for you. It's spitting and sputtering. See if I can see anything in the water interesting. Sometimes you can see salamander or something. So this is Cascade Falls in Mill Valley, California. Another beautiful part of the Bay Area that most people probably don't know about. This is pretty popular, but I don't think a lot of people know about it. Not compared to, it's not on the tourist map. So if you get a chance, come out here. This is a little cool little like shrine. But looks like someone would come up here and light a candle. There's a crystal down there, I think. I think it's a crystal. Or just a piece of glass. Let's see. No, it's just a piece of glass or plastic. But anyway, it looks like someone in particular put this here and probably comes up here and meditates. It'd be a nice place to meditate. Oh, I found a little card here. Oh, it's a card of Jesus. Cool. I'll put it back where it was. A little hidden area of Cascade Falls. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video of Old Mill Park in Mill Valley and Cascade Falls in Mill Valley. I grew up in this town, so I'm just trying to show you things about this town that I love. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a thumbs up. And if you want some comments, give me some comments. I'll definitely read my comments and get back to you. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe to my channel so I can grow my channel. And thanks for watching. All right, see you next time.